My name is Memory. Um, I was born in Zimbabwe, but right now I'm staying in South Africa. I I got married in 1995 in Zimbabwe. I was 19. At our country, when we got married, that's our law. A girl should be a virgin. So I was that time. In 1996, I had my first daughter, and we stayed in a marriage for about 8 years. But in those 8 years, my husband has been promiscuous, has been having extramarital affairs, and we were just fighting for more than 8 years. So in 1993, I decided to have a second baby. So I went for a test in Zimbabwe in 1993 for me to make sure if I was okay. I got this test and it was negative. So I planned I should have a second baby. So in 1994 February, I got my second child. 1995 things were not well with my husband. So, sorry, 2005 things were not well with my husband. So I decided I should go, like going to South Africa, selling things, coming back. So when I was coming here in South Africa, most of the time when I come in South Africa, there were reports that my son was very sick and I could just come here for a short time. I had to go back for my son. So I decided to go for a test with my son. So I decided to do it here in South Africa. So when I come here with my son was tested, and unfortunately my son was positive. I was so shocked because here in South Africa I had two tests and it was negative. So I was so shocked that how can my son be positive, and I couldn't take it that time. So I had to go to the doctors. I was persisting on everything they could do to make another test for my son, but still it was positive. Then I met a counselor. She told me that my son could be positive and I could be negative. She told me many things, but she encouraged me to go again for another test, which was the second one in the secondary test. So they had to take my blood, not like the first time. They had to take my blood to the lab. So when my results came, I found I was positive. I couldn't take it that time, but there was nothing I could do because I just saw that is it. So I planned, because of having counseling and all, I planned again to take my second child, my first daughter. She was still in Zimbabwe. So I made arrangements so that she could come, because it triggered into my mind that when I was back in Zimbabwe, we had an accident, the family, we had an accident. So my children were very close together. So I just thought, oh, maybe my 13-year-old daughter could be affected. So when she came, she got tested the very day and she was positive. And I was nowhere. I just looked to God and say, how could this happen to me? And now I'm just praying all the time. But I'd like to thank to Smart Choices, because I got a lesson from Smart Choices that people, you can be HIV, but you can stay as long as God wishes you to stay, because it's not for a man to decide who dies or what, but it's God. So I learned a lot from Smart Choices, and again from Smart Choices, it gives me courage even now when I'm sitting, that no, I'm not alone. Jesus is there for everyone, and everything is done with a reason. So I think there is a good reason which is behind the scene. And I always thank Smart Choices, because I had counseling, but most of the time it was just people just talking to me. But at Smart Choices, it was different, because they had videos, although they are touchy, but you have something, you know what is real, because their videos are real, the real people, and they're real people like me. Like, they're not stories just from someone who is just going to school and his stories. So I would like to thank God for that, for getting me in touch with the Smart Choices. And again, Smart Choices helped my daughter, because before she was invited, because she was invited to Smart Choices. Before that, she woke up in the morning. She didn't take a medication. I asked her, why didn't you take your medication? She said, I'm not sick. I said, no, you're not sick right now, but you should take your medication. You know you have to take it every day. She refused. She was supposed to take the medication at 6 o'clock. It reached up to 8 o'clock a.m. And she was refusing. I could not do anything. I prayed, but she said, no, because I'm not sick, I can't take this medication. I must take a medication when I'm sick. Tell me where I'm sick. I was so puzzled. I found a lady, she came, a counselor. She came, she took her to a house. She showed her, because lucky the lady, she has got a girl who is also affected. She showed her that you are not alone. Everyone, some people are taking these things. But then she didn't understand, to the day when she watched Smart Choice video. She came home. She said, no, mom, I don't want to die like that girl. I don't want to do like this. I don't want to have shingles, so I should take this medication every day. So I would like to thank, because she saw it with her right eye. She saw it. It was real. It wasn't a planned thing. It was a real thing. So I would like to thank Smart Choices, and I would like to have them to come and help other people, because their things very real. And I would like to pass message to all the little girls who have just been affected by this thing. They should move on, and I know it's not their fault, but they should move on. As long as they're with Jesus, they can survive. Thank you.